Hey everybody, I'm Meredith Doty, and this is Sweating Shirtless. Every episode, I dive deep into unpacking the fitness world through a body confident and inclusive lens while picking the brains of inspiring, brilliant, accomplished, honest, new, and old friends talking about their experience with sweating shirtless. Fueled by a passion to help others experience a happier and healthier life, Heather started a juicing company called Traveling Juice, which has now evolved into an online course called The Road to Body Love, private coaching, events, and workshops. We chat about all things biz, body confidence, and her newest endeavor, learning about how your sexual health aligns with your authentic self.
Okay, Heather, thanks so much for joining on Sweating Shirtless.
Thanks for having me. I'm pumped to be here.
Same. How's your day going?
Day is good. I'm shirtless right now, so can't complain.
Love it. Love it.
Nothing new.
Living our truth. That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like I missed my own memo. I don't usually do these shirtless. Maybe I should start doing that.
I mean, yeah, it's just, it feels good, right?
Right. Whatever feels good in the moment. Cool. Well, I wanted to start by talking about your juice business.
Yeah, for sure.
Hungry Heart Healing, right? That's the name?
Yeah. So, well, to take a couple steps back, Georgia and I did start as a juice delivery company, which you probably remember us delivering juice at Log Me In. Not the summer that just passed, but the summer before. So that was pretty gnarly. And yeah, we would basically just deliver juice to like corporate offices, yoga studios, fitness centers, do pop-up events. And it was definitely successful, but it was hard to scale it because we didn't want to process the juice and pasteurize our juices. And in order to scale a business like that, you really need to like make the juice concentrated or pasteurize it, things like that. So we didn't want to go that route. And then we pivoted a little bit towards the online holistic health coaching business. So we had a bunch of rounds of group coaching and we guided people through juicing and why juicing can be beneficial to your body, how it can help with health and wellness of the body. And yeah, so we've had some great success with that as well. And we have partnered with a juice bar that actually makes the juices now. So pivoted from a juice delivery company to an online holistic health coaching business called Hungry Heart Healing.
Wow, that's so awesome. I didn't realize that you guys partnered with a juice company. That makes life easier.
Yeah, so we were breaking our ass like making the juice all the time. I mean, you saw all the juice we would bring to Log Me In, and that was just part of the week. Like we would still do like pop-up events on the weekends and yeah, like at spin studios, yoga studios, Core Power was a big one we did a lot and yeah, people loved it, but it was just hard to scale that out.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I liked having the juice option when we had Bagel Wednesdays. So for
Yeah.
those of you listening, Heather and I are also coworkers at our full-time real adult jobs. And
Yes.
and well, pre-COVID, we had Bagel Wednesdays every Wednesday, which I was never a bagel person until we rolled those out. And then like I needed a bagel every Wednesday.
I love
Um,
bagels. Yeah.
I mean, they're delicious. But then when we started partnering with you and had the juices, that was a great option to start the day with something so good for you. Can
Yeah.
you talk about like why juicing and how you got into juicing in general?
Yeah, totally. So I bought my first juicer, a Breville juicer. I still have it. It's still running. I don't use that one every day. I use a different one, but I bought my first juicer 3 or 4 years ago, and I mainly started a big part of the reason why I started doing it was just for health and wellness and my skin. I had some skin issues that doctors just were like, oh, take these pills and like do this and that and all these medications, and I was like, no, I want to try and do this naturally, holistically. Like I know I can, I know it's possible. So so I started juicing, yeah, 3 or 4 years ago, and then I found out about like just the plain celery juice, the medical medium information a few years ago as well. And I want to say it's been maybe a little over 2 years now that I've been juicing plain celery juice every morning when I wake up, like consistently, like every single day. And so I've seen dramatic improvements in my skin and just in my energy because a lot of people, most people feel like this natural energetic like boost when you have that first thing in the morning on an empty stomach.
Hmm.
And a lot of, well, most people have so many toxins, chemicals, heavy metals built up in their body because everything, pretty much everything that's processed and even in the air, makeup, perfume, has heavy metals, has chemicals in it. It's hard to get around it nowadays. And
Yeah,
so the juicing can help basically bind on to those toxins and chemicals in your body and flush them out. And so that's a big reason why I love celery juice so much is that is a huge benefit to it.
wow, that's crazy. I didn't realize that it like did that, it bonded onto it and helped flush it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So the celery juice and medical medium, if you haven't heard from him, he has a bunch of books about celery juice, about just holistic health practices and protocols. And the celery juice basically has these like salts in it. If you've tasted celery juice before, it's a little salty. And
Yeah,
so naturally, and basically those bind on to chemicals and toxins, metals in your body, because we all have some degree of heavy metals in our body, whether we realize it or not. And it binds onto that and flushes them out. And over time, you can definitely feel a difference, like cleaner in your body.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
That
it's
I did
crazy, but
not.
it's true. Yeah.
So when you first started doing it, like say the first week or so of being consistent with the celery juices, what was the first couple things you noticed changing in your body?
Yeah, I definitely felt more hydrated in the morning. That's definitely a problem I've had. Well, not a problem, but something I could work on is just staying more hydrated, like drinking more water throughout the day. And
Yep.
I've noticed in the morning when I drink it, yeah, there you go. Hell yeah. I know I've been trying to drink like 32 ounces of just spring water right when I wake up and then the celery juice, but
Yep.
yeah, it's helped me feel more hydrated. Like the first week I started doing it, some people notice that when they start like the first week on an empty stomach, they'll need to go to the bathroom like 20 minutes, half hour after, and that's not a bad thing. It's actually
I mean,
just
yeah,
flushing. Yeah, you gotta
like,
take a
yep.
shit. It's natural. But it's flushing out those chemicals and toxins. It's literally binding onto those in your body and flushing them out. So I noticed that a little bit, but as I started doing it more and more frequently, my body just started getting used to that. And so hydration, detoxing, and also energy. So I've never been a coffee drinker really. I do like the taste, but I never really felt like I needed it. And
Yeah,
I'm more of like a tea drinker, herbal tea. And so with the celery juice in the morning, I felt just like a more natural, like stabilized energy throughout the day without that crash people sometimes experience from coffee. So like when I drink coffee, I'm like freaking so jittery
yeah,
and shit, and like I get a little anxious. I'm
yes.
just like, I don't like this, like I don't like that feeling, and I'm really sensitive to it.
I can, it's so weird. Sometimes I'm fine. Like I'll have coffee like 2 or 3 times a day, like throughout the day. Or if I like have Starbucks, then I get that like jittery crash and I'm like, I
Yeah,
can't finish this because I had that anxiety. I hate the feeling of anxiety. I mean, I don't know
yeah,
anyone who enjoys it, but it's a worst
yeah,
feeling. And like I
right,
don't want to put something like if I can avoid getting that feeling, I'm going to avoid it because it is the worst.
right. And I love like pumpkin spice stuff, like I love it,
Oh,
but like
good.
I don't love how it makes me feel, and like that over precedes the taste sometimes. So
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, you're clearly glowing. Your skin looks awesome. You know, you're always, especially on cheers, you know, on your social media, you're always talking about, you know, high vibrations and just loving your body, and your body
Yeah,
is your biggest gift to yourself that you have in this world, which
totally.
I totally agree with, and I feel like we're aligned on those two things. And I love that the messages that you put out into the world.
Yeah. Thank you. You too. You as well.
Yeah, we're doing the work. I mean, it's more people in the. I wish I followed more people like that said messages like you and I did. Like that's my main
For sure.
motivation of being so vocal about it, is because I didn't have anyone that did it
Mhm.
growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, being vulnerable really, sparks things in other people. When you can be vulnerable, when you can drop that ego and just really be authentic in your how you feel about yourself and how empowered you are because you've broken down those walls and you've seen through those veils. And yeah, I mean, like, growing up, I was definitely picked on by like my brother. And, I would have chubby cheeks growing up. I still kind of do a little bit. I have like a baby face, um,
Same.
but yeah, I was picked on for having chubby cheeks and stuff like that. And yeah, it's definitely something that subconsciously stays with us. And we have to do the inner work to reprogram that and recreate these neural pathways in our brain that enforce, body positivity and feeling good about your body instead of those negative aspects that have been imprinted and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, over the years, I've just done a lot of inner work and worked on myself and realized just how incredible it even is. Number one, we have a body. Like we are just, I'll get a little spiritual here,
Please.
a spirit in a human body living through this life. And so the fact that we're even gifted this intricate vessel, like all these intricacies it has, it's insane. Like it's just insane sometimes when you think about it.
Yeah.
But like how empowering that is that you even have a body here, number one. And from there it's just like I see that now so powerfully, and I want others to see that as well, which is why I love posting that type of thing on social media, because I just feel so powerful about us even being here in this vessel. And it's like a crazy statistic. There's like it's like 1 in 16 trillion chance of us ever even being born. Like
Yeah.
that's like a crazy statistic. And just the fact alone of that, I'm like, wow, I
I
fucking love
know.
my body that is here so much. And number two, I'm gonna take such fucking good care of it. Like
Yeah.
and I want others to feel the same, like I want others to feel that power within themselves.
I know. I completely agree. It's like it's the chances that you have this opportunity to be yourself, your soul in this body and in this time in the world is amazing. Like sometimes I think about it and I'm like, it's like a high thought, even though I'm not high. I'm just like, this is wild.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm high, but I'm not, and I have all these thoughts, and they seem far out there, but they're really not, and
Yeah,
it's real stuff. Like it's reality, and if we really want to get deep into it, like that's really what's going on. Like we are a spiritual soul being in a human body here for the ride. So how exciting are you going to make this ride, and how powerfully are you going to put yourself out there?
yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So moving on. So you did the juices and now talk to us about the holistic healing and the coaching that you pivoted and all the online stuff that you're doing.
Yeah. So we launched our first round of that. It was like, I think it was about 10, a group of 10 people that we had in our group coaching. And how we run it is basically it's a holistic kind of overview of health and wellness, focusing on the body, mind, the soul, like mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, all in one program. And so we do teach about juicing. We teach about different types of natural foods that are going to help you like build up your wellness in your body and build up better nutrition and better habits. And also we teach about like being conscious about what you're putting in, like even before you take a bite of something, like just take a couple deep breaths, like how are you feeling about what you're even putting in your body, like, and then reflecting after, like, did that feel good, like did that did that food even make you feel good right now, like, so it's kind of just a more conscious approach. And then um just teaching about, do you even know what you're putting in your body, like do you know these ingredients, like what they even mean, like when you look at a package, like it's like 100 different words of whatever it may be, high fructose corn syrup shit, and most people don't stop, look at that type of information and be cognizant of it. So yeah, kind of just like a overall holistic approach of teaching that kind of information, more conscious eating, conscious living, and really just connecting with your body in a deeper way. And yeah, we do incorporate a lot of the juicing stuff in there too, just so people are aware of that. So it was a 10-week group. So we had 2 rounds of that. One round in January, I think, and one round in April, May, and it went for 10 weeks. So we have some great people. I think it was 8 to 10 people, or 10 or 11 in both of them. And now we're more focusing on one-on-one coaching. So to go deeper with people, you really need to get some of that one-on-one exposure and experience. And that could be a range of like 2 or 3 months. And yeah, it's been amazing just diving into that route of the health coaching business.
That's awesome. I'm a big proponent of having a coach. Like even coaches need coaches. Like the
Yeah.
times in my life where I've learned the most and discovered the most and made the biggest progress in my own personal goals is when I've invested in myself and found a coach that
Hmm.
will help me do those things. Even and if you don't know how reading nutrition labels is an amazing skill to have. Like
Yeah.
I take for granted that I know how to do it because I look at
Yeah.
everything now, and it's like if I can't pronounce what's in the ingredients, I'm
Right.
not gonna buy it if I don't know what it is. I mean,
Exactly.
sometimes sure, like if I'm like in a rush and like starving, then I'll grab something. But for the most part,
Yeah.
I am very conscious of what I buy and like have on hand at home because
Yeah.
there's so much processed crap, and that goes even back to the your body like can't naturally detox it out of your system. Like
Right.
it's probably what the celery juice helps like cleanse all that shit out. Like
Yeah.
most of us, I feel like in America, do not have regular like bowel
Oh no,
situations.
we
Like,
are like most of the population here are severely dehydrated. Severely.
mm-hmm,
It's
yeah,
bad. And yeah,
it's
that's a lot. We talk about a lot of that. Like, people in our program were like, I don't drink that much water at all. Like we were saying, like, half your body weight in ounces a day if you can. And they're like, oh my God, I need to start doing that. Because, we started focusing a little more on like, we noticed like a lot of more of like middle-aged women were coming to us. And it makes sense because those, that age range hasn't been exposed to this type of information. Like, I want to say like the age range of like, I don't know, 45, 50, and maybe a little bit older than that. But we are very lucky and very grateful. I'm very grateful for this information we have access to in an instant now about, even just this podcast is sharing information about this. But they just didn't have that. And so now these age range of people, not just women, but anybody is has this information, and they want to know more. They want to do these things now that they didn't know about before, the juicing and all that, and start incorporating it to improve their health.
And it's never too late, right?
No, never too late. I tell my parents, I'm like, hey, I'm bringing you guys juices today, and they drink them, and they're like, what is this shit? What is this? Tastes like
Are
dirt.
they like getting more in? It does taste like dirt, but in a good way.
Oh yeah, you said that once a while ago. Um,
Are they into
yeah,
it?
yeah. Well, my mom, she was definitely into nutrition a little bit. I think she studied it a little. And my dad, I mean, I make him smoothies, I make him juices, and he just drinks it and makes jokes about it, poop jokes and all that. So I'm like, Dad, it's just making you healthy, so just
Yeah,
drink it and stop.
just drink it up.
So,
Just drink up.
yeah, exactly.
That's so funny. So, and on top of all of this, and your full-time job, that you're also you've been at Log Me In for how long? Like 10, how long have you
Eight
been
and
at
a
Log
half
Me In?
years or so, yeah, it's crazy, but like, it's a great company. They take great care of us, so
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it's
we're
been a
very
long ride.
fortunate.
Yeah.
Especially even like within this year, my appreciation for the company has like gone up even higher. They've taken
Yep.
care of us very well, which
Yeah.
I'm very
And
grateful for.
we're using the
Um,
product right now.
yeah, like shout
Right?
out, go to meeting.
Go to
It's the
meeting, baby.
best. People hop on, they're like, "What's go to meeting?" I'm like, "I'm anti Zoom. This is welcome
Yeah,
to the
totally.
best one on the market."
Uh-huh.
Um, so on top of your full-time job and your coaching business, you're also a yoga instructor.
Yeah. So actually, I started teaching, and you remember, I think it was February of this year.
Yeah,
I went through teacher training, all of that, and then started teaching. I think it was the first week of February, maybe the last week of January at Core Power Yoga. And yeah, I loved it. And then obviously pandemic hit and I had to stop teaching. I mean, I've done a little bit of stuff online and I wanted to do more stuff like outside, but it's been hard like getting permits outside and everything. But
yeah, that
yeah,
is
Core
tough.
Power, I've been going to Core Power for years and years now, like probably like 5 or 6 years or something crazy. But yeah, I just love like the aspect of the heated room and then the yoga and yeah, it feels good.
I know. I love heated yoga. Like I can't do yoga unless it's heated, and also I attend class because yoga
Yeah,
in my apartment, I'm like, I'm in down dog. My dog thinks I'm playing with him. It's just like
yeah,
it's not the vibe. But I
yeah.
like going to yoga, and I miss that a lot. Wonder when are some? I think some studios are starting to open.
Some core powers around the country are, but it's kind of a struggle here because it's only like a limited amount of people, like I don't even know, 5 people in the class, and then I don't even think they can run the heat and stuff. So yeah, I think it's kind of just been like it's not even worth opening type of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know when they're gonna open, but yeah, hopefully when they do, I will be back at it.
yeah. I miss yoga. I can't wait for that to come through. Hopefully,
Yeah.
we'll. I'm looking forward to life post COVID as we all are. Um,
Yeah.
so going back to starting the business, and clearly you guys are really resilient. You keep pivoting and changing where you go while staying true to your beliefs. What's going to be next for you guys?
Yeah. I think just the individual coaching right now is definitely what we're focusing on. I mean, we ended our last group coaching, I think it was in June, July. So, and so then from there, we're like, all right, we want to start doing more individual options and even just one-off sessions with people. Like if a person just wants a random session, like an hour session with us, you can do that. You can book that on our website and whatever you want to talk about, if it's health and wellness, if it's like spiritual, emotional health, like we can totally, be your sounding board for that. And I've actually recently started diving into myself, like sexuality work, like sacred sexuality. I don't know if you've learned any bit about that, but I don't
No,
know. It's
tell me.
something I'm like curious about and interested in. So it's just more like, being or sexual healing is emotional healing at the same time. So a lot of your, sexual health and emotional health goes hand in hand. And yeah, I'm in this course right now about it. And so we'll see what happens with that. But, sacred sexuality and um, sex energy, things like that is, I feel like, coming into the to play more and more, and people are becoming more aware of it. And yeah, I just feel like being in your sexual power also aligns you with your, authentic self, and, being in your power altogether. So, yeah, basically like sexual emotional type of health, I'm definitely diving into too.
That's so cool. I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
What
it's kind of
what
like the
do you
past couple months I've been really interested in that, and just like researching and reading books and in this course right now. So yeah, I'll keep you posted about that, but I don't know what
yeah.
I'm gonna do with that, but it's really, and I don't know, it's, sex, and talking about sex can be so taboo for people, but I feel like, sex is how we're created. So it's like, why is it such a touchy thing to talk about? And I, a lot of people just don't feel comfortable talking about it, but that's just because of the, patriarchal society we've been imprinted by. And what if we can, break that and really just connect with like the true nature of how we even became here? So yeah, getting in touch with more of that type of work too. So it could
That's
be
really
cool.
cool. That is
Yeah.
cool. What are the books that you kind of started dipping your toes in the water with it?
One of them is called, actually, I'm reading it right now, How to Live an Everyday Ecstatic Life. So it's like living ecstatically, meaning like, I don't know, like sensuality doesn't have to be sexual. Like sensuality can be just experiencing things like in the present, like can be like touch, feel, smell, like that's sensuality,
Yeah.
sexuality, things like that. What is the other one? I think the other one's called Connecting to God Through Sex, something like that. But it's interesting
Interesting.
stuff. It's
Yeah.
very, yeah, it
I've
blows my
read
mind of the
like
stuff I read.
I've read like before, and I have not really dove into the subject, so I'm glad you brought it up because it's new to me. But it's like you go throughout your day and just really engage with all of the different senses and everything that you come across. And if like a fabric feels good, like think about that and like
Right,
enjoy
right.
the fabric or smell. And then
Yeah,
like that's like part of it. It's just like being
right.
fully in the moment.
Totally. Yeah. And if you connect that type of stuff with like sexuality too, and sex, your sex energy, yeah, it's very profound, and it can be powerful for people to connect with on a, sexual, sensual, emotional level, and unravel
Yeah.
a lot of that programming that's literally in our bodies.
I love that. The Scorpio
Yeah.
me loves that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know when I finish this course and like what, I don't know, what happens, what I do with it.
Cool. We will, yeah, keep us posted. And where can we find you and Hungry Heart Healing online?
Yeah, so my personal Instagram is at healing.with.heather. And the Hungry Heart Healing is just at Hungry Heart Healing, and hungryhearthealing.com is our website. So you can
Cool.
find me or us on any of those handles or website to connect with us. And yeah, just love connecting with people in different areas.
Love it. I'll also post the links and the handles below
Cool.
on the YouTube page so people can find you, and on Spotify as well.
Yes, awesome.
Thank you, Heather, so much for joining. This has been awesome.
Thanks
I
for
love
having
chatting
me.
with you, and I feel like we have
Yeah,
so many things in common with
totally.
yes. Have an awesome
Great.
day. Thanks for
Thanks,
joining.
Meredith.
Bye bye.
Bye.